The forest that walks deep in the heart of an ancient, mist-shrouded land, there exists a forest like no other. Its trees are old, older than any memory, and they are not bound by the same laws that govern the world around them. The forest shifts. It moves. The paths that once led travelers to safety now lead to peril, as if the trees themselves are watching, guarding their secrets. Those who venture too deep may never find their way out. It was a crisp autumn evening when Alara, a young wanderer with nothing but a satchel and a map she could barely read, stepped into the edge of the forest. She had heard the stories, of course, the whispers of an enchanted forest that moved its paths, of ancient secrets hidden beneath its roots. But Alara was a seeker, driven by a need to uncover the mysteries that others feared. As she entered, the forest greeted her in eerie silence. The towering trees, their trunks twisted and gnarled, seemed to watch her with eyes made of bark and shadow. The wind carried no scent of the familiar pine or earthy dampness she expected. Instead, it smelled faintly of something ancient, as though the forest itself had forgotten the world it once belonged to. Alara walked, and for a moment, everything felt calm. But when she looked behind her, the path she had taken was gone, replaced by a tangle of underbrush. The trees had moved. She was not where she thought she was. Panic stirred in her chest as she retraced her steps, but the forest seemed to mock her efforts. Each direction led to more confusion, more winding paths that only took her deeper into its heart. Hours passed, and the sunlight began to wane, casting long, sinister shadows across the forest floor. Alara felt it, the weight of something watching, something ancient and powerful, waiting for her to slip, to fall into its grasp. But she was no ordinary wanderer. She had come here for a reason. The map in her hand was no ordinary map. It was said to lead to the heart of the forest, where the forest's true secret lay. And then, in the deepest part of the woods, she found it. A clearing, bathed in an unnatural light, where the trees parted to reveal a stone altar, covered in moss and forgotten by time. A single glowing gemstone sat at its center, pulsing with a rhythm that echoed like a heartbeat. Alara stepped closer, drawn by its power. But just as her fingers brushed against the stone, the forest shifted once more. The ground trembled beneath her feet, and the trees groaned as they began to close in. The forest was not just protecting its secret, it was alive, and it would not let anyone take what it had guarded for centuries. Alara's heart raced, but with a flash of clarity, she understood. The forest wasn't evil. It wasn't a prison. It was a protector. The secret it guarded was too powerful, too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. And for that, it would move, it would shift, it would walk itself away from danger. With a deep breath, Alara stepped back, her quest complete. She had found the heart of the forest. Not to take its power, but to understand its purpose. The forest would live on, shifting, protecting its secrets for another age. If this story resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below and help the channel grow.